Joe Rogan reveals the terrifying truth about the Egyptian Sphinx. Somewhere in Egypt lies a beautiful structure, yet beneath its serene and majestic exterior lies a chilling secret that few dare speak of. For centuries, the Great Sphinx of Giza has stood as an enigmatic monument, captivating the imagination of all who behold it. With the head of a human and the body of a lion, this ancient statue continues to mystify scholars and laypeople alike. Of a truth, you cannot ignore the stunt it pulls off on you because its just weathered limestone exterior is enough to make you stare with your mouth agape. Was it built to honor a king or a deity? Does it hold the key to unlocking the mysteries of the universe? Or is it simply a test of the ingenuity and artistic prowess of the ancient Egyptians? Despite countless attempts to decipher its meaning, the Sphinx remains a symbol of the profound and enduring legacy of one of the world's most fascinating civilizations. So, are you ready to delve into the spine-tingling truth about the Egyptian Sphinx? The ancient monument that has long fascinated historians, archaeologists, and curious travelers from around the world? Hold on to your seats, folks, because what we're about to reveal might just blow your mind. The history, Sphinxes, aliens, and anomalies. First, let's start with a brief history of the Sphinx that will open our minds to how it all started and how this building came to be. The Sphinx is a statue of a mythical creature having a lion's body and a human's head. It stands on the Giza Plateau on the west bank of the Nile River near Cairo, Egypt, and is believed to have been built during the reign of the pharaoh Khafre in the Old Kingdom around 2500 BCE. The Sphinx is considered one of the largest and oldest sculptures in the world, measuring approximately 240 feet long and 66 feet high. Now let's get one thing straight. The Sphinx is not just some pretty statue. It's an engineering marvel that has stood the test of time for over 4,500 years. But how did the ancient Egyptians build such a monument? That's exactly where things start to get really interesting. According to mainstream history, the Sphinx was built around 2500 BC by the pharaoh Khafre. But some alternative theories suggest that it's much older than that, possibly even as old as 10,000 BC. Yes, you heard that right. 12,000 years old. So how could a civilization that supposedly existed over 4,000 years ago build such an impressive structure? One theory is that they had help from extraterrestrial beings, aliens. Some folks even believe that the Sphinx, that impressive statue with the head of a human and the body of a lion, is actually a representation of an extraterrestrial being that visited Earth thousands of years ago. Many think there's no way that ancient Egyptians could have built those incredible pyramids and other structures without some kind of help from advanced beings from another planet. And who knows, maybe they're onto something. After all, we still don't fully understand how those massive blocks of stone were transported and placed so precisely. But what do you think? Did aliens lend a hand? Or were the ancient Egyptians just really good at engineering? Anyway, before you write the theory of the Sphinx off as crazy, consider that there are some strange anomalies surrounding the Sphinx that can't be explained by conventional means. For example, the Sphinx is oriented due east, which is significant because it aligns perfectly with the rising sun on the spring equinox. This suggests that the Sphinx was designed as some kind of astronomical marker, which is impressive in and of itself. And it gets even weirder. There are also erosion patterns on the Sphinx that suggest it may have been subjected to heavy rainfall at some point in the past. The problem is that the last time there was significant rainfall in Egypt was over 7,000 years ago. So either the Sphinx is much older than we thought, or there was some kind of natural event that caused heavy rainfall in the area. That's not all. Some researchers have also found evidence of a hidden chamber beneath the Sphinx. This chamber has never been explored, but there are indications that it could contain some kind of important historical artifact. So, when we talk of the Sphinx anomalies, you may be tempted to ask what it all means and what effect it has on us humans. Well, for one, it could mean that our understanding of history is incomplete. It could also mean that there was once a highly advanced civilization on Earth that was capable of feats that we can't even imagine today, and that there's more to the story of human origins than the basic ones we've been made to believe. We're not saying that all of this is true, but we live in a vast and mysterious universe where anything can happen at any time. Plus, there's still so much that we don't understand about our own history, even the true history of death apart from the story of creation in the Bible. Egyptian Sphinx's dark secrets. The sheer size, The Sphinx stands at a staggering 66 feet tall and 240 feet long, making it one of the largest statues in the world. And yet, despite its massive size, nobody really knows for sure who built it or why. Some historians believe it was constructed during the reign of Pharaoh Khafre, while others think it dates back even further to the time of Pharaoh Khufu. The terror-filled eyes. You cannot look into the eyes of the Sphinx because the real terror lies there. If you look closely, you'll notice that they are oddly misaligned. In fact, the left eye is positioned slightly higher than the right eye. Many believe that this is not a mere mistake in construction, but a deliberate act meant to convey a deeper meaning. The mysterious nose. And what about the Sphinx's missing nose? History has it that Napoleon's troops, while stationed in Egypt, fired a cannonball at the statue, causing the nose to break off. But some believe that this is just a cover-up for a more sinister truth. Over time, rumors have persisted that the nose was deliberately removed by someone who knew its true power and wanted to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. You think that's all there is to this mysterious structure? Well, let's shock you a little bit more. The most frightening aspect of the Sphinx is the rumored curse it carries. According to legend, anyone who dares to disturb the Sphinx will meet a terrible fate. Over the years, there have been numerous reports of people who have suffered tragic accidents or even death after attempting to study the deeper secrets of the Sphinx. Some believe that the curse is a warning from the gods, while others think it's simply a case of bad luck. Joe Rogan's revelation. Recently, Joe Rogan, the popular podcaster and comedian, revealed some intriguing information about the Sphinx that shocked the whole world. Joe Rogan is a well-known American comedian, podcast host, actor, and mixed martial arts commentator. He is best known for hosting the Joe Rogan Experience, one of the most popular podcasts in the world. On his podcast, he discussed how the Sphinx might be much older than previously thought. According to him, the erosion on the Sphinx's body suggests that it could be over 10,000 years old, which is far older than the commonly accepted timeline of the Old Kingdom. Rogan's theory is based on the erosion patterns on the Sphinx's body, specifically on the back and the walls surrounding the statue. He argues that the erosion patterns could have only been caused by water and not by wind and sand as previously believed. The type of erosion patterns present on the Sphinx is indicative of rainfall, which would have only occurred during a much wetter period in Egypt's history. But why is this so significant? Well, if the Sphinx is indeed much older than previously thought, it could change the entire history of ancient Egypt. It would also suggest that there were advanced civilizations that existed long before the pharaohs, and that the Sphinx may have been built by an earlier civilization that had advanced knowledge of architecture and engineering. Rogan also discussed the possibility that the Sphinx was not originally built with the head of a human, but rather with the head of a lion. This theory is supported by the fact that the Sphinx's head is much smaller than its body, indicating that it may have been recarved at some point in history. You may want to think that Rogan's ideas about the Sphinx are the best there have ever been, but they're not without controversy. Some scholars and experts have disputed his claims, stating that the Sphinx's erosion patterns could have been caused by wind and sand. They further argue that the Sphinx was built during a time when Egypt was much drier and that the erosion patterns could have been caused by occasional rainfall. Whatever the truth may be, there's no need to deny the terrifying and unsettling aura that surrounds the Egyptian Sphinx. It's a symbol of ancient power and mystery that continues to captivate and terrify us to this day. So the next time you visit this iconic monument, be sure to keep your cravings deep within you, for you never know what secrets the Sphinx may hold.